Valley. Jim Wills in for the call of tonight's game. The Huskies at 2-0 under head coach Keith Prater. The Red Rovers 1-1 under 10th-year head coach Steve Schiffer. Jim, as we talked about, this indeed a very important ball game as these two teams try and battle in what is really going to materialize into be a real battle in District 11 4A competition to see who indeed qualifies for the playoffs.
Well, you're right, Mike. This week, Coach Schiffer made the statement that you have to win, this week, and you got to keep winning these games if you want to be playing at the end of the season, and that's the situation that Easton's in. Got themselves in a little bit of a jam by losing to Allen in that opening game, so they got to make up some ground now. Found the kicker to do an excellent job. He kicked last week for a 40-yard field goal and had 4 kicks into the end zone, Brandon Piquel. So it'll be interesting to see now what will happen as the Red Rovers are going to elect to kick off, and DIERUFF will be receiving.
Well, tonight's officials will be Bob Andrews, Barry Kine, Herb Burrell, Fran Felchak, Easton will kick off from your right to left. It will be Pickle kicking off, and he got 4 into the end zone and will start off here, driving this one deep into the end zone. And Jim, that is a big weapon, as we talked about last week against Nazareth. He kicked 4 into the end zone. It certainly does give the opposition a long field.
It sure does, Mike, especially in high school football. That's what you want to do. You want to make them start at their own 20 and make them work for everything they get.
First look at the Husky offense under the direction, of course, of quarterback Rich O'Sellis. He has completed 59% of his passes. 6'5", 190-pound senior, and his primary target is Joel Rupp, a 6'5", 180-pound senior. McKellar and Johnson, the deep back, and Leroy Johnson, his first carry of the year. Johnson, an interesting story for the Huskies, was a promising prospect as a freshman, did not play as a sophomore and junior, injured the first 2 games of the year this year, and that is first carry to gain of 8.
Well, it's going to be a good job by the offensive line of DIERUFF. They're making a good hole open up, and Johnson could be the big weapon, Mike. That's the key for tonight's game. That's something that Easton hasn't seen all year. Johnson coming in could be the secret weapon.
Benefit for our guys in the truck. We're without a monitor up here, so hopefully you at home are seeing the replays. Huskies getting it done through the air for the first couple of games. First 2 plays here tonight on the ground as Johnson gets the call again, and it'll bring up 3rd and short.
Interesting that Coach Prater came out with the running package with Johnson the first 2 plays, trying to throw Easton off a little bit, give him something to worry about more in that secondary, because they're going to have their work cut out for him tonight.
Huskies on 3rd and short, and I'm not so sure.
O'Sellis on a quarterback sneaker. Just tried to get the amount of yards, and they do get it as it's a first down for the Huskies.
Johnny, I got it on video 1. I've been hitting that,
Now I'm sure, Mike, we'll get to see the passing package. Once they've established the run a little bit, we're going to go to the air here.
Well, Huskies do pick up a first down. They're first of the ball game. O'Sellis, his first pass, and it's intended for Rupp on the outside and falls incomplete.
That time they're looking for John Rohrbach on the outside, trying to go to the opposite side of where Rupp is. As you see Coach Prater talking over instructions there now with Rich O'Sellis, his quarterback, and they tried to hit the tight end out in a little drag outside, and Rohrbach could not hang on to the ball.
We're back to full strength up here in the booth. There's your monitor, Jim Wills. We got it done. Now the Huskies face now with 2nd down 10. O'Sellis sets up in the shotgun, has Leroy Johnson flanked to his left. O'Sellis looking left and now decides to run. He has the 35 and falls forward to perhaps the 37. Good coverage by that Red Rovers secondary, brought down on the play by number 1, Leo Riddick.
Well, you got a situation here, Mike, where Oselis can run with the football when he needs to, and that time tucked it in, made a nice little gain up the middle.
Oselis has the play. Mike Scully, an assistant coach for Keith Brader. He and Coach Brader will discuss the offensive plays as Oselis now up under center. Hands to Johnson off the right side and gets some terrific blocks. Johnson has the 50 and into Easton territory. First down, DIERUFF.
As we said, Mike, could be a secret weapon, and that's the thing that Leroy Johnson, tremendous athlete, outstanding basketball player, as we've seen over the years on TV too. Missed a lot of football time, but now tonight already is making his presence felt. As you see, a great block from the outside, open up a hole, and he just needs a little bit because that athletic ability will get him around the corner.
Boy, the fullback Sam McKellar, who actually leads the team in rushing with close to 100 yards in 2 games, a terrific lead block, and the Huskies on the move here. First quarter, no score. Split backs once again, Johnson and McKellar. Oselis to pass, looks left, throws right, and just too far. Pass intended for number 16, Angel Osorio.
And that was just one step too far in that pass because Osorio had number 1, Leo Riddick, fall down. The defensive back for Easton fell down, so Osorio, if he could have got there a step quicker, would have had 6 points.
You know, it's interesting, Jim, as we look at the replay, both coaches have major concerns in this game. For Steve Schiffert, it's the shortness in stature of his corner people or his cover people, obviously trying to guard Joel Rupp. And for Keith Brader, he wants to see this is a big test for his line, and so far they're doing a nice job. Here's Johnson to the left side. McKellar trying to get a block on somebody. That a wonderful defensive effort. Tracked down first guy in defensively, number 42, Marcus Millen, son of former NFL great Matt Millen.
Well, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of side-to-side situations, and that's what Marcus Millen is very, very good at. Speed to the outside, puts a good stop, holds Johnson for a very small gain.
Red Rovers a terrific linebacking core. We'll talk about Tommy Muser before it's all over as well. Number 51, one of their tri-captains. What a good football player he is. Oselis to pass on third down. Swings it to Johnson. Pass is complete, but really nothing doing. Wrapped up immediately by number 22, Isaiah Nathan.
Good job by the Easton defense this time. You'll see Oselis rolling out. Hits Johnson coming out of the backfield, but there is nowhere to go for Leroy.
Huskies will have to give it up. Number 70, Brian Shaw, on to punt it away. Number 2, Josh Baltz is back deep, standing at his own 10 for the Red Rovers. Good snap and nearly blocked. Shaw, a good job to get it out and away. Takes a DIERUFF bounce and will roll dead at the 15. And then the ball will roll dead at the Red Rovers 16. So pretty good start for DIERUFF as they move the ball. A 32-yard punt. And we'll get our first look now at the Red Rovers. The quarterback this year is number 11, Luke Carlson, a 6-foot junior. Todd Parsons graduated that entire backfield from a year ago, and what a good one it was. All off in college. Parsons at Albright. Carlson hands to one of the split backs. Ovid Goulburn on the carry. Just a sophomore, 5'11", 185-pounder. Brought down defensively by number 57, Lou Nagy.
Well, you got a good back in Ovid Ogilvie because the situation is he gained over 200 yards last week. And that backfield did a yeoman's job last week, coming up with almost 350 yards total.
Well, and that line really played well as well, Jim. Split backs against Goulburn and Pipparata. Pipparata, number 20. He rushed for 3 touchdowns a week ago. The inside reversed handoff to Josh Baltz, and Baltz, running room over the right side, has it out across the 30 for the first down for the Red Rovers.
Balch with a concussion last week has come back this week. You can see no repercussions from that, and he's doing a good job in a little inside scissors. Balt's doing a good job of getting some openings there from the offensive line, and that's one of the trademarks of the Easton offense, the offensive line. Coach Scott Bird does an excellent job with the offensive line every year.
Brought down by number 88, Joel Rope, turning now into a safety for DIERUFF. 1st and 10. Pipparata, his first carry for a couple. Mike Reppert, number 61, a 6'1", 270-pound junior on the stop.
Reppert, a big kid at 275, is what you're going to need to do to put a stop on that ground game of the Red Rovers.
Jim, it's interesting when you look at this DIERUFF roster, and I shared with you I was at practice earlier this week, and Coach was running sprints. When he called for the line, there were only 14 linemen. But of the 14, Coach Brader likes what he has there. As you look at Steve Schiffer, one of the real gentlemen in the coaching profession here in the Lehigh Valley. 2nd down, we'll call it 8. Carlson to pass. Lots of time on play action and has a receiver, and it is complete. To number 81, Chris Bissey, the tight end, way downfield in a big game on 2nd and long.
Well, all that running in the backfield gets the play action to work. Release the tight end all the way down to the field. And an excellent pass by Carlson just over the outstretched hands of number 85, Miguel Roman.
Roman, a sophomore, so this is his first experience at Cottingham Stadium, and the Red Rovers on the move. Goulburn, the deep bat, behind Pipparata. And he gets the call on the delay. Slips one tackle, and fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage where he is gang tackled. Led by linebacker number 46, Sam McKellar, along with help from number 38, that's Nick Davis.
Good job by DIERUFF of gang tackling, Mike. I'm impressed with their ability to go to the ball. They have a lot of nose for the football, and that's what Coach Brader had told us before the game, that in the scrimmages this summer, he was impressed very much with his defense and thought that they would perform very well tonight.
Actually, a loss of 1 on 1st down. Carlson to pass, and broken up nicely by that linebacker, Nick Davis. Sophomore, 5'9", 185-pounder. Trying to go to a quick slant, and Davis read it well.
Tried to go to a real quick slant to Goulburn on the inside, but did not materialize, as you see here. Goulburn wasn't even ready, a little bit too quick.
3rd down, 11. Football at the DIERUFF 26, 5:22 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Goulburn now sets up on the wing left. He is the motion man. The trap and a big hole for Pipparata. Inside the 10, 1st down Easton.
Good job by the offensive line. Open up a big hole. The motion man taking away the linebacker out of the middle, coming right back with that trap as Pipparata shows you some great running form.
Good trap block inside by the line, and Rupp saving the touchdown. Red Rovers have it, 1st and goal at the DIERUFF 9. Goulburn once again in motion. Carlson looks right, throws left, touchdown Easton. Pass complete to number 81, Chris Bissey.
Excellent job by Carlson. Takes 2 steps back and just hits Bishy on the fly as Bishy runs a post pattern right into the end zone.
Well, that grinded out offense achieved an awful lot through the air. Luke Carlson has been a 2-year JV player, having perhaps his finest moment as a varsity performer. On for the point after is number 52. And that is Brandon Pickle, and that has to be a disappointment. Pickle was in a real battle with Bissey for the kicking duties, and it looked like a bad snap led to a missed extra point, 6-0 Easton.
Well, excellent job by Coach Schiffer and his staff of mixing up the offense down the field. As you'll see here, Carlson with the 2-step, 1-2, and then looks back over to the opposite side and ends up hitting it. Excellent play inside to Bishy.
Surprised, Jim? I think maybe the passes caught DIERUFF defensively off guard. Carlson 9 yards out to Bissey, 84 yards, just 8 plays.
I think the key on that drive, Mike, obviously was that release by the tight end down the middle when Bishy ran that one time. He got way behind the DIERUFF defensive backs, and that's the kind of thing that really sparked this drive, and that was it right there. As you see, he got way behind. That's an awful long way for the tight end to be downfield.
Well, and one thing about Easton in the Steve Shifford era, while they have been known for a grounded out smash mouth kind of an offense, they do as good a job as anybody's getting their tight ends involved in their pass receiving, and they have had good ones throughout the year.
Yes, they have. I remember last year Pizarro being an excellent one.
Absolutely.
Doing a lot of good job. A lot of good things near the goal line. A lot of good blocking.
Pickles' punt is received at the 1. This is McKellar. He ran one back against Northampton last week. Ball comes loose, but well after the whistle had blown. Marcus Millen, special team stop for Easton. 6-0 Red Rovers. DIERUFF opened the year beating East Stroudsburg South 14-9. Northampton last week 35-7. Easton lost to Allen right here 28-21 before beating Nazareth last week 52-14. Ocellus to pass on first down, and that is the first reception for number 80 John Rohrbach, the tight end, slipping off the line of scrimmage in a gain of perhaps 7 on first down.
That's a good job by Ocellus. Rohrbach gives him another big target at 6 foot 200 pounds. And Ocellus just goes back and lets that one rip, and Rohrbach does a nice job of getting that one down low. Huskies
do have a fine receiving core, and if they can get Ocellus time to set up and throw the football, they could have a very successful year. They have already at a 2-0 start. Johnson tripped up behind the line of scrimmage and perhaps losing a yard. Brought down by, once again, Marcus Millen, number 42.
Well, Marcus Millen's going to be doing an excellent job all night long in the middle there. He's a year older, a year wiser this year. Did a good job last year, but it's going to come on even stronger this year. We have a penalty flag. Mike, I know what that was. That was a sideline penalty. People were too close to the sideline. Very rare you see that.
Boy, that will not make Keith Brader a happy head coach. That must have just been a warning because there was no yardage marked off. They must have just given the DIERUFF team a warning, which you would assume would be the right thing to do. So it remains 3rd down 3. 83 Ryan Long, the motion man. Ocellus runs out of time, now tries to float it downfield, and Rohrbach just did not release, and DIERUFF will have to once again give up the football.
Same type of play that Easton was very successful with. DIERUFF comes back with the same look, trying to release the tight end down the middle, but Rohrbach is not downfield far enough as Ocellus gets pounded after he lets go of that football.
Sean Roy, number 15, is standing at his own 46. Brian Shaw in punt formation. Punted last year for DIERUFF and gets off a good one here, and Roy has to track it down and then loses it. He's all the way back inside his 30. Penalty marker is down, and so is Roy. An excellent punt by Brian Shaw. 38-yard punt. And we'll see what the flag is all about. Thrown in the vicinity where you think this might be a clip against Easton, but we'll wait and see. Blocked from behind, and it is against the Red Rovers. So this will be a big play for the DIERUFF special teams.
Very good coverage by DIERUFF on that punt.
Meeting with number 57, Lou Nagy.
Blocking the back on the red. First down.
See Coach Keith Brader there on the sidelines. All pumped up about this year, Mike, as you said. 2-0 starts will get that for everybody, but they've had some frustration in the past couple of years, and he really likes this group of kids. They've worked real hard in the offseason, real good core in the weight room in the offseason, so he's real happy with that.
3-7 last year, 1-9 in 2000. They, of course, were winless in the '99 season. This is Pipperotto. Nice running room, and that line right now for Easton is doing a very good job. And a gain of perhaps 8 for Pipperotto.
Sam McKellar doing a good job of finally getting Pipperotto by the ankles.
Under 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Red Rovers leading 6-0. First of 2 here tonight on TV2. We will be bringing you Catasauqua at Bangor. Always a special ball game in that very tough Colonial League. Carlson, the second back, is Goulburn, and Goulburn needed 2, gets 4, and another first down for Easton. Brought down by Anthony Alexander, number 77.
Offensive line doing a good job once again opening up the hole. He did not get through it quick enough as Alexander wraps him early.
Carlson tosses to Goulburn. Penalty marker comes flying in. Goulburn positive yards over the right side.
That time a good call by the Easton offense as they caught DIERUFF in a blitz. As number 57, Lou Nagy, was coming in from the outside. I think the penalty may be a face mask, Mike.
Yeah. Holding.
Oh, correction. It's a hold
Offense.
against Easton.
Now penalties on the left side of your screen, and that appears to be where they called that.
As you can see that up top, the holding on the one offensive lineman up at the top of your screen.
Under 2 minutes, Easton leading 6-0. Penalty marker cost them 10, so they are now faced with a 1st and 24. Actually cost them 15. Play action fools nobody, as Carlson is swarmed under by a host of Husky defenders, led by number 46, Sam McKellar.
Good job by a lot of people in there. Justin Thomas coming in from the defensive end position. That's what I told you, Mike. I'm very impressed with their ability to get to the football. See, very good job of getting there and wrapping up. Justin Thomas putting the big wrap on the quarterback.
Second down, 23. One minute to go, first quarter. Carlson rolls to his left and throws that way and is nearly picked off. And I do want to apologize to number 24 for DIERUFF. We do not have his number, so, and I'm not sure why. We got rosters and checked it out. We do not have a number 24 for DIERUFF. So we apologize to that young man. Good defensive play as he got in front. Pass intended for number 88, Matt Pizarro, the tight end.
Good job on the jump up.
And once again, Jim, Easton looking to, when they throw the ball, throw it to those tight ends. Good ones again this year. 51 seconds, first quarter. Carlson option right. Jukes one would-be defender and cuts it back inside. Then picks up positive yards on third down. Easton will have to give up the football on fourth down.
Mike Reppert, number 61, with the original hit, and then finally brought down by Elias Choke, number 11.
You know, so many times these games are determined by who plays penalty-free, and there's a situation where Easton really moved the ball in that possession, but has to give it up because of penalties. Steve Cobb, the punter for Easton. Good snap. DIERUFF setting up a return. End-over-end punt is fielded at the DIERUFF 40, but good special teams work. And immediately brought down by number 33, Zach Pizarro.
Mike, I'm starting to think that number 24 is number 22, Matt Birch. That's what I'm thinking here, because I don't see number 22 out there, and Matt Birch was back there on that punt return, so.
That could be a good call, and if indeed that is, Matt Birch
because he is listed as a safety. So.
Okay. Yeah, and he is one of their return people as well. That could be a good eye. So DIERUFF, good field position. Our Kraus Dodge trivia question. Well, let's get this play in as we were trying to identify Birch. Pickup of 1 for Johnson. When was the last time a DIERUFF team started the season with 3 straight wins, and who was the Husky head coach? Last time a DIERUFF team started with 3 straight wins, and who was their head coach? You can ponder that one. We've played 1 quarter here from Cottingham, 6-0 Easton. Jim, I really think you're right with that identification of Matt Birch. And while we're talking about Matt, he is a junior. He is the youngest son to assistant coach Bill Birch in a long line of Husky greats. He has some big shoes to fill. His older brother, Billy, was the Kisco Award winner in 1993 and a member of some very good DIERUFF teams. And his brother, Michael, was the Kisco Award winner in '98. So back to work here as Ocellis has Rupp, but he does not bring it in, and that is a catch that Joel Rupp will make more often than not.
Well, that's the thing that Easton was afraid of. They get that isolation outside, and Rupp with just the size advantage. A little bit tough getting it over that shoulder, but you're right, Mike. More times than not, he'll catch that ball.
Huskies were able to sneak their big receiver behind the defense.
Credit that offensive line too, Mike. Give them some good blocking.
3rd down 8. Ocellis from the shotgun will run the option. Johnson has it on the pitch, but nowhere to go. Is tracked down once again by number 42, Marcus Millen, who's off to a terrific start in this game.
We talked about Millen's ability to go side to side, which is what you want to have in your linebackers, and he does an excellent job that time once again.
Well, the Huskies dropped what looked like could have been a touchdown pass as you look at Millen. Roy once again back. Scholl in punt formation. Angles it to the right side. Fielded by Roy on a very dangerous decision, and then is swarmed under by a host of Huskies defender led by Elias Chokeef. 33 yards on the punt, nothing on the return.
Good job by DIERUFF getting that punt off, Mike. There was a lot of pressure coming in, and that snap was a little high. But good job getting it off. And good coverage. I'm impressed with their special teams also.
Modern Equipment Sales and Rentals Company, Inc. in Allentown. There's the phone number with locations in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, and Delaware. We'd like to thank them for our generator this evening. Sometimes we don't have the power we need, and we have to get hooked up and charged up, and we thank those folks for helping us out here this evening. Here's a pass as Josh Bolts gains the corner across the 30, the 35, across the 40, and up near the Easton 45-yard line. Josh Bolts, who missed last week's ball game because of a concussion. It looked like he may have been looking to pass there, Jim.
Well, I think they gave him the option, Mike. Took 2 steps and then 2 steps back. Looking to pass, has the option. Everybody was going downfield. Smartly tucks it underneath and does a nice job of running. That
will be running yardage, as that was indeed a lateral. That was a lateral because they were looking to throw that, or throw that one once again. Huskies 2 first down, Rovers 5. Bolts the motion man. Carlson, the inside handoff to Goldberg, sheds one tackler, now another. What an effort by Ovid Goldberg deep into DIERUFF territory.
Excellent job. He just slides off of tacklers, Mike. Excellent work. Puts his shoulder down, slides off him, keeps running straight ahead. Good job by the sophomore. As you see, he saw the inside was clogged up, bounces it to the outside. And you see Chokeef had a shot at him, along with a couple other Huskies, but he just keeps those legs moving, goes right up the sideline.
Well, you know, one of the things that is very important as Joel Rupp finally makes the stop when you play Easton, you must wrap up. You must tackle well if you're going to be successful against this program year in and year out, and the Huskies did not. You mentioned Easton High School, Jim, having one of the best atmospheres in terms of school spirit in the Valley, and they do. Pipparata, the quick hitter inside, wrestled down at the 10 inside there, brought down defensively by number 11, Cho Keefe. But Easton right now ripping off big yardages in chunks.
We're going to see Mike Reppert in your screen get blocked and put right on his back as the Rovers offensive line is just pounding the DIERUFF line at this point. Pipparata once again on a nice little inside trap. Good stiff arm and almost made it into the end zone.
Not sure if that was Ed Malinowski or Chris Graziano, left guard or right guard, who pulled and laid that pancake block. Carlson, the tip to Goulburn. Pipparata, the kick out. Goulburn dragging some Husky defenders inside the 5 and down near the 3.
Mike Goulberg's 185, 5'11", and you can see the powerfully built legs on him. He just kept going, and it was very, very hard for DIERUFF to bring him down. See a quick pitch from Carlson, makes a nice cut inside, but watch the legs. The legs keep moving, 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 moving. That tells you right there that young man did some work in the weight room in the squat rack.
Boy, Mike Apgar, left tackle, number 77, did a good job of clearing out a DIERUFF defender. Rovers trying to add to a 6-0 lead. Carlson, Pipparata to the outside, touchdown Easton.
Well, the only person that had a shot at him was Miguel Roman, but he got a hand, but not enough. You got a wrap because Pipparata has great speed to the outside, as you'll see. Steps in, steps out. Once you get to the corner, it's going to be problems. You can't. He doesn't have the angle, and Pipparata scores TD for the Red Rovers.
Junior performer for Easton, and now that missed extra point, and Steve Schiffert will line up for 2. Has trips to the left side. Pipparata, the lone back behind Carlson. They option it to the right side, and Carlson will score. Really a situation where they caught DIERUFF off guard with that offensive set.
Put all your people on the left side. They ran the trips left. Carlson sneaks it in from the right. Here's the touchdown run again. As you see Pipparata making that great cut to the outside, up and in. And now you'll see the conversion. Everybody's on the other side. He just options it to the right side and puts himself in the end zone.
Well, this will become a pretty important possession for Keith Prater's Huskies. And right now, looking at them defensively, Jim, tackling really hurting them. They're really looking to get up high and, you know, give Easton runners credit. They've been able to avoid them. Reggie the Rover. What a special atmosphere. If you have never been here in person to a game at Easton High School, the band, award-winning band, just a crowd. I mean, it's always wall-to-wall people on this side here for Easton. Great following, great atmosphere. And a great scoreboard right now. If you're a Red Rover follower, they lead it 14-0. Steve Schiffert, their head coach, was inducted into the McDonald's Lehigh Valley Hall of Fame earlier this year. His wife, Vicki, has 2 good daughters, Stacy and Joy, and a son, Scott. Congratulates Coach Schiffert on that well-deserved honor. Kick again, once again, field back near the DIERUFF goal line. On the return, number 85, Miguel Roman.
Well, Mike, you're going to think back to that pass that Rupp dropped. I mean, he's done a great job so far this year catching a lot of passes, but the one he dropped may have been the one that turned the tide here in the second quarter. And now you got to play catch up, and then there's a little bit more trouble.
Yeah, again, this a most important possession for DIERUFF. 8:48 to go first half, and they find themselves down by 2 touchdowns. Osellis to pass on first down, looking for Rupp, and he has him. Rupp at the 50, still on his feet and into Red Rover territory, down to the 44. Well, that's what they wanted.
That's exactly what they wanted, and that's where he was in that position last time. Didn't make the catch, this time he did.
The one thing about the Husky attack, Jim, if there is a team in this matchup that you would give a chance to come back from 2 scores would be DIERUFF, because they're used to throwing the ball.
Exactly, and Easton's had a little bit of a problem this year in the defensive backfield, as you saw right there. Leo Riddick chasing Rupp around. Looks like a little dog chasing around a big dog, because Rupp is a definite size advantage.
6'5" versus 6'8", and I think they're stretching Leo Riddick at 6'8". Now they hand it to Johnson, who has stood up after gaining perhaps 1 in the middle. Teams will have a tough go, as they usually do against Easton in the middle.
Easton always tough defensively, doing a good job, as you see, number 65 right there.
Yeah, don't have a 65 for Easton either.
Oh, Curtis Powell, that's it. Curtis Powell, late addition to the roster. Curtis Powell.
Okay. 2nd down 9, gain of 1 for Johnson. He's the lone back behind O'Sellis. Blitz comes, O'Sellis reads it, and in and out of the hands of number 80, John Rohrbach.
Rohrbach's going to become a very vital part of this offense tonight, and you got to keep your hands on the football. You see Millen here, number 42, coming out of a blitz package. Gets there, but just a second too late, as O'Sellis gets the ball off, but Rohrbach does not catch the football.
Matt Pizarro, number 88, coming from the other side. Good isolation on Marcus Millen, who's had a tremendous first half here, as Easton leads it 14-0. Big 3rd down facing the Husky offense, and O'Sellis will pass. Again under pressure, turns upfield and has his man. Pass is complete to number 83, Ryan Long, and a DIERUFF 1st down.
What's amazing about O'Sellis, Mike, is his ability to move as a big kid, and that's something that you don't see a lot of. Obviously a basketball player, so he's got a lot of mobility in him, but you see he made that whole thing happen there. Long makes the catch, but he made everything happen because he got out of that traffic.
You're absolutely right. That pass was intended to be thrown on a 5-step rollout, and O'Sellis was able to, buy his receiver a little time. Long did a good job of breaking into the clear. Big 3rd down conversion for DIERUFF. O'Sellis to pass on 1st down, looking deep in the direction of Rupp. A penalty marker late, as O'Sellis is on his back and appears to be shaken up.
I think Rupp lost that pass in the lights, Mike.
This is going to be a roughing the passer penalty against Easton, as O'Sellis gingerly back to the DIERUFF sideline and holding that right arm.
It's not a good sign. You see a late hit coming from the outside. He wanted to get that ball away, and Rupp, no doubt, lost that in the lights.
Yeah, Rupp did not pick that one up, turned to the inside and didn't pick it up.
Personal foul, roughing the quarterback, red.
And the trainer, Mike. I saw the trainer over there. He's coming in. He's hurting a little bit. You can tell by the way he's running in.
Well, one of the things the Huskies can ill afford this year are injuries. They have just 42 in uniform tonight. 17 seniors, 13 juniors, 11 sophomores, and 1 freshman. So that roughing the passer penalty will give DIERUFF a 1st down. Ball at the Easton 14. Johnson. Tough run between the tackles for Leroy Johnson inside the 10 and down to the Easton 7.
Mike, it almost seems that he's better running north-south than he is east-west, which would really surprise you, because as somebody with his athletic ability, you would think east-west would be his forte, but north-south, he's been doing a good job tonight, as you saw there.
Solidly built young man at 6'1" and 205. Huskies trying to do something about a 14-0 deficit. 6:19 to go 1st half. Johnson once again to the outside, cuts it back inside, and gets inside the 5. He needed to get to the 4 for a 1st down, and appears to have accomplished that.
Credit the defense or the offensive line for the Huskies doing a good job at opening up some holes. That time Johnson gets a good hole to go through as he bounces it to the outside. Good cutback block by number 88, Joel Rupp.
Jim, this has been a heck of a played 1st half. DIERUFF cashes this in. We've got a football game. Couple of mental mistakes, some penalties. Johnson once again full house backfield and maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Very, very important, Mike, here that they come away with some points. This would be a very, very discouraging situation if they don't come away with some points off of this drive.
Yeah, discouraging as well as, you know, in terms of winning the football game. They're down 14-0. Ball at the Easton 2. Full house backfield once again, and they will quarterback sneak it. O'Sellis and a little bit of a line surge. He's very close.
Looks like it's going to be right about on the 1, Mike.
Yeah, he's very close to that goal line.
And a line surge from him at 6'5" is a big line surge, so almost had it for the Huskies.
Yeah, those big guys getting up in the middle. Number 67 for DIERUFF is Ben Ortiz, 66 Teddy Yunez, Mike Reppert, 61. 73 Evan Rarick. No, he is inches. DIERUFF is inches short of a touchdown. Johnson up over the top. Touchdown, DIERUFF. We've got a football game.
Well, Johnson showing you athletic ability there as he explodes up and over the top. Good job by the secret weapon coming into tonight's game, Leroy Johnson.
Well, we talked about the return of Austin Scott at Parkland High School. I think DIERUFF followers and fans thinking the same way about Leroy Johnson. Scholl on to attempt the point after. And the Huskies line up at that unusual set. And then there's always the chance that they might try for 2. They now reset it. Scholl's kick, a low line drive, but gets it through the pipe. Huskies back in it, 14-7.
Excellent try by the Huskies. Good performance by Rich O'Sellis in the quarterback position, as you'll see the touchdown from Johnson as he explodes up and over the pile. But give the credit on that drive to the passing and the ability of O'Sellis to get where he needed to be.
Well, you're right, Jim, and they kind of got the defense loosened up a little bit. They got Rupp involved in the offense. He made a catch out there, and it kind of loosened things up. Of course, the roughing the passer penalty is not going to make Steve Schifrin a happy head coach. Johnson from a yard out, 9 plays, 73 yards, 14-7. Easton leading DIERUFF. Like to thank a host of sponsors for being involved in our coverage of high school football. ABE Doors and Windows, Family Prescription Center, Allentown Business School, Allentown Mazda Volvo, and Kleckner and Sons. Thanks, folks. And of course, for our viewers, need anything done by those people, let's patronize them. They care about the youth of this community. And in helping get them some coverage here on TV2. So Scholl will put the foot to it here. Deep men for Easton will be Pipparata, number 20, and Goulburn, number 5. Coming up next, good one in the Colonial League. Catasauqua 2-0 at Bangor. Easton with plenty of time, 4:43 remaining first half. Scholl, a terrific boot, driving Goulburn back to his 1. He slips momentarily. Now a full head of speed up across the 20, where he is upended by number 20, Wayne Ott. The answer to our Kraus Dodge trivia question: the last time a DIERUFF team started the season with 3 straight wins, and who was the head coach? That was that memorable year in 1992, East Penn Conference champions, and Mike Marks, of course, was their head coach. They actually won 6 straight to start the year over Becca, Liberty, Parkland, Whitehall, Emmaus. Also beat Nazareth in there. Lost to Central Catholic 28-13 in week number 7. Came back to beat Easton, Freedom, Phillipsburg, and Allen for the East Penn Conference title. Of course, that was the year they had 12,000 or better than that for the conference championship game at J. Bernie Crum Stadium. And then a week later, a Rich Snizak-led Allen Canary team came back to knock off the Huskies in the District 11 championship game. Glory years for Allentown School District football.
You see on this run that Goulburn is trying to get some more blocking, pushing his offensive lineman in front of him. not getting the blocking he wanted to have.
Said they beat Nazareth in that streak. That would be Northampton, part of that 6-game winning streak to open the 92 season for DIERUFF under Mike Marks, now an assistant principal at the East Side School. Pipparata on the carry. Needed to get to the 35, and it looked like he accomplished that, and he did. Will be, well, now they're going to, no, first down. First down, Easton.
This is vintage Easton football, grounding it out. What they wanted to do, take some time off the clock. Obviously, the best defense against Ocellus and Rupp is to keep them off the field, and they're doing that right now.
Well, last year, Easton unbeaten through the regular season. Mountain Valley Conference, Valley Division winners. Inside handoff to Baltz, weaving his way through the Husky defense, sheds a couple of tacklers and gains a first down up near the 49 of Easton. Run out of bounds by Lou Nagy. Good effort by Josh Baltz.
Baltz gives you that inside speed, as you'll see here. Little delayed handoff, cuts up the field right by Chokeefe, and that's the key when you make that move. See Chokeefe down here, number 11, and he cuts up field and gets that extra couple of yards. Good running by Baltz.
Jim Wills, this our quiet time as the Easton band is headed down for the halftime entertainment. Again, for our viewers, seated right in front of us here at Cottingham Stadium, a terrific band. Carlson, that may have been partially deflected at the line of scrimmage. Huskies had some folks in position, including number 46, Sam McKellar.
You see Carlson going over the next play with Coach Schifford. Carlson with a quick drop and gets pounded from the outside by Ryan Long.
Ryan Long, a reserve wide receiver and defensive back, coming on a blitz. He's a senior. Clock stopped with 3:17 to go first half. Carlson. Toss this time to Pipparata. Pipparata, full head of speed, met at the line of scrimmage and drives his way forward for a gain of perhaps one. Things getting a little testy out there. These two programs have not met one another since 1997. That was in the first week of the season. DIERUFF winning 34-0. Rocky Butler, Tosh Riddick and company opening up the season on a positive note. But year in and year out, this has always been one of the good rivalries, whether it be the East Penn Conference or now the Lehigh Valley Conference.
And everybody's all excited that these rivalries are back, Mike, and everything is back to normal for what most people would consider normal.
Well, then you talk to the coaches as well as I do. You get the sense that the coaches are excited about these matchups again as well. Players relate to them a little better. And a penalty marker. Could be delay of game.
Delay. Offense.
And it is. Cost them 5, moves the football back to their own 48. 2:24 to go. First half, Easton leading 14-7.
As you said, Mike, awfully tough to replace all those seniors from last year, but as you can see, that he's done a good job of molding this group into a pretty good unit, and by the end of the year, they're going to be a very, very dangerous team in that 3-week tournament that's going to come down to for all those playoff spots.
Yeah, you're looking for that final 3 weeks because it will be very hectic. Speaking of hectic, Carlson goes down under a pursuit of Husky defenders led by 61 Mike Reppert, Anthony Alexander, number 77 in the neighborhood. So the Huskies might get another opportunity with 2:10 to go here. Mention those 26 graduates, of course, the backfield of Todd Parsons, Sean Bergio, and Steve Bakros. And what made those guys so special, Jim, is, you know, it wasn't just their senior year. We talked about those guys for better part of 3 years.
And the best part about them, Mike, was they played off of each other. You know, Bergio doing the runs from the outside, Bakros doing the things in the middle that needed to be done, and catching the football, which is one of the things that gives offensive coaches a great amount of things that they can do, and defensive coaches a lot of headaches, and that's the thing that they had. And then their tight end ability, as you said before.
Yep.
And they used to give people fits with all those options that they had on the offensive side of the football.
Well, they put together one of the more memorable regular seasons in Easton history, unbeaten, 10-0, 9-0. Then they won their first District 11 playoff game and then hosted Bethlehem Catholic, of course, here and came up short. They are the three-time runners-up, 3 years in a row, runners-up to Bethlehem Catholic in District 11 play. 26 wins in that span. Low snap and a low line drive kick returnable for number 85, Roman, except for very good special teams work.
Now, if you would look for an advantage now, Mike, as you see the Red Rover faithful on the sidelines in the Rowdy Rover section, DIERUFF, with the ability to pass the way that they have, will be very, very interesting to watch here with the 2 minutes left, because they can get that ball down the field in a hurry.
Well, we'll see how Keith Brader elects to play it. I would think at 14-7, after being down 14-0, not too all upset the way his team has battled back to be in this one, and he will keep it on the ground. Johnson perhaps a yard in the middle. Jason Groller, 6'2" junior, first man in defensively.
Not too much room for Johnson to do anything in there inside. Gets stopped pretty quickly, as you see Groller doing a good job of putting his shoulder into him and putting him down.
One other game in Lehigh Valley Conference play tonight, Nazareth at Northampton. The rest of it independent. And in the Colonial League, O'Sellis up top looking for his man, incomplete. I was watching number 16, Angel Osorio, in warm-ups. He has good hands. Smallish in size, especially considering the DIERUFF receivers at 5'7", but he can catch the football.
Well, the thing that you're going to see, Mike, is that those guys are going to get a lot of opportunities because Rupp's going to get all the attention. So therefore, they got to be ready at all times to be set, as you said, with Angel Osorio. Has a good hand, so they're going to get a lot of opportunities.
Terrific coverage by Leo Riddle, junior cornerback. Clock stop with 1:18 now, 3rd and 10. Motion man long. O'Sellis looked like a quarterback delay and now hits his tight end coming across the field. Complete to number 80, John Rohrbach, and that's very close to a first down. Going to depend on the spot, and it's going to be a yard short.
Now, right there, Mike, is the difference between sophomore, junior, and senior years. Those other years, he would have took off and ran with the football. This year, smart enough to stop, get that little dump-off pass. Good job by O'Sellis.
6'5", 190-pounder being looked at in a number of Division I schools, as is Joel Rupp. Red Rover assistants, Doug Powell, Scott Bird, Reggie Wilson, Joe McIntyre. Take a look, mention there is a full slate tonight. We're just not quite sure. Our monitor's showing a frozen spot, but
we have both dogs here tonight, Mike. Obviously, the Husky
unique.
here too.
There we got it. There we got it. They're very unique on live mascots on both sidelines. Of course, the Huskies and the Red Rovers, and I think DIERUFF was trying to get Easton to jump off sides and may have gotten it accomplished. Husky sidelines excited about it. Officials now meeting, and a Husky offense celebrating, and they did. Boy, that's a big mistake by that Easton defense.
Coach Schiffer will not be happy with that call, as O'Sellis kept barking out signals and finally drew them offsides.
Donald T. Long, our director here this evening, has us back to full strength in the booth. I'm looking at that, I thought I was frozen in time there. Now we got people moving around. 14-7, Huskies with a break. Pump fake, O'Sellis will go down. Not a whole lot of time for pump fakes. There was a good team rush for Easton. Knighton.
See, an interesting concept too here. They have, you can't see it right there on your screen, but downfield as the ball came loose.
Oh yes, break for DIERUFF.
And recovered by DIERUFF. There's the Husky.
Yeah, very special.
As a graduate, Michael, you have the history of the Husky there.
Kiska. That's a long list of Kiskas. Good coverage here as Ocellis looking for number 85 Roman. Coverage by number 2 Josh Bolts.
What was interesting in that play before, Mike, is that they put Matt Pizarro downfield with Rupp. Now, that's one of the things that I'm sure they looked at during the week, because Pizarro is a tight end at 6'1", 200, to give those cornerbacks a little help when DIERUFF will go deep with Rupp.
The clock stopped with 14 seconds. And here's where DIERUFF's a dangerous team. Ability to throw the football. Rovers in a prevent defense have 4 across the line back at their own 45. Huskies need to get it to the Easton 48 to pick up enough yards for a first down. No, Easton rushes 3. Ocellis looking to throw underneath, intended for Johnson. And thrown low. Coverage by number 51, Tommy Muser. He is as good a linebacker as you're going to find in the Lehigh Valley. Number 51, Tommy Muser. 13 tackles last week in their win against Nazareth. And DIERUFF will have to give it up. Dropping deep, number 15, Sean Roy. 5'5" senior. Scholl and punt formation. Huskies do a good job of giving him time to get it away. And Roy lets it bounce, and it takes a Husky bounce inside the Easton 15, and time has run out. A terrific ball game here in the first half as both teams head to the Bob Root Memorial Fieldhouse, where the Red Rovers leading 14-7.
They got that big
for 58 yards. Pipparata 7 times for 44 yards. And we gave you Carlson's number. The Northampton division of the new look Lehigh Valley Conference. Becca 2-0, Freedom 1-0. Liberty yet to play a league game. Easton 1-1, Northampton 0-1, and Nazareth 0-2. The Lehigh division. Emmaus off to a good start. Allen a good start. DIERUFF you see up top. Parkland 1-1, Central 0-1, and Whitehall at 0-2. And of course they will crown a champion this year via District 11 ratings. So because all the teams will not play one another this year, it's really a year prior to the start of the Lehigh Valley Conference, at least for football, as they had some scheduling problems. But I think people just happy to have things back the way they are, and that's the way the two divisions will shape up when they do get a full complement of games and playing one another. Pipparata retreats back to within his 5, joined by teammate Ovid Goulburn. And Brian Scholl will get the second half started. Good first half, much as we expected. This one of the good matchups.
A lot of solid hitting, a lot of good tackling, a lot of nice big-time plays.
Scholl a low end over Keck, and Goulburn unable to handle it and goes into the end zone once again. You cannot return it in high school once it gets into those zones. So we're seeing two very good special teams play tonight. Scholl, of course, for DIERUFF, and Pickle for Easton.
I was going to say, I was a little surprised with Scholl's kicking. That's very, very good job he's done so far tonight, Mike.
Well, he's the punter, kicker, extra points, field goals. He handled those duties a year ago, so this year back as a junior, has that year under his belt. 1st and 10 Easton as we start the second half. All on their own 20. Pipparata, the toss on first down. Met behind the line of scrimmage, however, he's still on the feet and gets a great block from Carlson, who delivers a depleter on number 11, Elias Cochief.
Well, you did have one there, Mike. It was 11 against 11, and a nice block, and he needed that block to turn the corner.
Well, that's some terrific defense by DIERUFF. That play still only picked up 1 yard.
Sent him from sideline to sideline. A lot of people had a chance. 87 Justin Thomas could have wrapped him up, and you saw the great block there by Carlson, finally forcing him out of bounds.
There was McKellar. There's the decleater, and by that we mean the cleats come right off the turf. Rich Snizak, that's the new Roard. We'll be working with him tomorrow night. I love it. And the injured player is number 88, Joel Rupp. And obviously, as we mentioned, DIERUFF cannot afford any injuries, and Rupp appears to be okay. His father, an outstanding athlete at DIERUFF High School. And Rupp will have to sit now for one play. Appears to be okay. Team physician for DIERUFF is Dr. Leo Todd. Trainer Beth, I believe it's Dalcin, D-A-L-C-I-N. Checking the midsection of Joel Rupp. We've talked through basketball season. He just has a tough time putting on weight, that young man. So active. Gain of 1. Carlson delivering the first decleater of the evening. Goulburn the carry. Boy, the Huskies doing a fine job of swarming to the football. First man in is number 38, Nick Davis.
Once again, impressed with their ability to get to the football, Mike. They've just done a great job defensively tonight. If they've made a mistake, it's been on those traps, but if they've made some adjustments at halftime, looks like they're a lot better now.
Well, I think there was some question coming into this game for DIERUFF, the strength of their schedule, beating East Stroudsburg South in their opener, and then Northampton 35-7. 14-9 the final in game 1, and I think they have proven so far here tonight that they are for real. Trail 14-7, however. 3rd down 6. Baltz the motion man. Carlson play action looking for the tight end. Boy, did they do that well. Setting up in the middle was number 88, Matt Pizarro, good for an Easton first down.
One of those plays we saw a lot of last year when they used to send that tight end and just sit him in the middle and gets that. And Carlson does a nice job of rifling that football in there.
3rd completed pass of the evening for Carlson.
Carlson with a little stronger arm than Todd Parsons from last year. Parsons got the job done and was a winner, but Carlson seems to get that ball in there a little bit quicker.
10th first down of the game. First in the second half for Easton. The delay to Goulburn. Bounces it to the outside. In pursuit is Matt Birch, number 24. A terrific effort. And again, we are assuming that that is Matt, a 5'8 junior. They have him on their roster at 22, but by the position, we are assuming that is to be Matt Birch. Had a good effort by the safety.
Some help there also by Joel Rupp coming up from the outside. And what you need to do there is you need to get up there quickly because of that delay. And they did a good job of it.
Mentioned Matt Birch and his father, Bill. I had the great fortune, and I mentioned the fortune. He is now the Booster Club president as well. Billy Birch was part of our interior line, all 5'8 and 165 of them. He was a good one. Speaking of good ones, Piparato with running room across midfield and into Husky territory.
Bread and butter play for Easton, that trap play. They love running that middle trap. That time they got a lot of positive yards from Piparato. Rupp making a stop, or else it would have been 6 points for the Red Rovers.
That is giving DIERUFF all kinds of trouble, as you mentioned. Big
hole by the offensive line.
64 in the trap. Ballock was actually the center, Tim McCormick. 1st and 10. Ball in DIERUFF territory. Goulburn on the pitch. Forced inside and positive yards once again on first down. Wrapped up defensively by number 38, Nick Davis.
Well, Mike, we're looking at classic Easton football. Churn the clock, run the football. That's what they want to do. Pound it out, pound it out, pound it out. You'll see it once again, giving it back to Ovid Goulburn, and he does a good job of getting through the line of scrimmage.
Well, that line starting to take its toll, wearing down that DIERUFF defensive front. Gain of 6 on first down. Baltz in motion. And this time it is Piparato. The line surge inside the DIERUFF 35 and down inside the 34 for yet another first down. Sam McKellar, the last guy getting up defensively for DIERUFF, along with 61 Mike Reppert. First down Rovers. Well, and I think Steve Schiffert happy to be starting to control that line of scrimmage. I think we've seen about as much razzle-dazzle as you're going to get. Carlson hands to Goulburn. Again, a good opening over the left side. They'll take 5 on first down all season long.
Exactly what they want to do because they're accomplishing the 2 goals. You see a great kick-out block by number 20, Brad Piparato. Kicks out, opens up that hole for the inside run of Goulburn.
Rupp and Davis once again combine on the stop, and they actually give Scoreboard says 3. It looks more like 4 yards on first down. We'll call it second down and 7. And a little more resistance this time from the interior of the DIERUFF line. I see Birch gnawing away down there at the leg. Also in on the tackle, number 20 is Wayne Ott. Ott, a 5'9" senior from his defensive ends position.
Also Anthony Alexander, number 77, jumping in the pile.
Rovers have controlled the opening tap here in the third. Tap, I'm in the basketball season already. The opening kick, Keith Brader, Steve Schiffer, 2 terrific head coaches. Goldberg, the motion man, leaves Piperata for the toss and a whistle. Penalty markers really slowed Easton in the first half. We'll wait for the call here. That a pretty important third down. They're in that 4-down territory.
Dead ball. Ball
Motion Easton.
Offense.
One thing Coach Schiffer could look back on the first half and here into the third quarter is the amount of penalty flags, Mike. And that's one of the things that they want to work on more, mental discipline.
Mentioned 2 years ago when DIERUFF was in the midst of a 1-9 season, 0-10 prior to that. That administration gives Keith Brader enough time and that staff. They're going to get there, and this is a much better football team than what we've seen the last couple of years. Carlson, play action, looked for the curl man and now releases. That's a terrific effort by Bolts. Still on his feet inside the 20 for a first down. That play was designed to set up as a curl, and Bolts knew he was covered and released, and good communication with his quarterback.
Well, smart play by Bolts of taking his time. He knows what he's got to do there. He says, okay, that pattern's done, but now I'm going to have a safety valve. See Bolts come over the middle. Bolts does a nice job of getting a couple more yards out of it.
That really is a good reaction, Jim. First down, Easton.
Nice, very nice pass. That's a tough pass to throw.
Their 4th first down of the second half. They now have 13. They have just about chewed up this entire third quarter clock. Carlson, the delay, nothing doing for Goldberg. Fortunate if he got back to the line of scrimmage. More like he lost one.
That time a good job by number 57. Lou Nagy getting down low, putting a good wrap.
All right, this is vintage Easton Red Rover football.
Run inside the tackles, Mike.
673 wins in their rich history, second only to Mount Carmel in the state of Pennsylvania. Piperata in motion. The dive to Goldberg. The Husky defense trying diligently to stiffen as Goldberg gets it ahead to the 15.
Good job by the Huskies that time, sending that man in motion by Easton, tried to spread the Huskies out. Now we may be looking at a pass play here. As you can see, the man was in motion. They try to come back against the grain, but nothing doing. Good job down below there by number 38, Nick Davis.
5:02 to go, 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Easton has had it the entire time. Piperata, and that leaves nobody behind Carlson. He drops back, quick look to the left, now has his man. Again, a good reaction. And the pass complete to number 88, Matt Pizarro.
Nothing fancy from Easton when they get in those situations. When they need their short yardage, they go to their tight end. They've gone to their tight end the past couple years. Good drop. Carlson's smart, brings that ball back in, hits Pizarro.
Yeah, again, had a good play by Carlson as he double pumped it and it allowed time for Pizarro to break free. They pitch it to Goldberg. Ball's loose inside 5. The Huskies say they have it, and they do. Oh my, what a big play defensively for DIERUFF. The hit was by number 38, Nick Davis.
And number 77, Anthony Alexander, comes up with the football. Big hit. You can see that helmet coming in. Anthony Davis comes up with the football, and DIERUFF is now in business.
Well, they got a poor field position, but boy, what a big defensive play. That drive moving from Easton's 20 down to the 3 consumed all but 4 minutes and 8 seconds of this third quarter clock. O'Sellis now with his back to the wall, looking to throw, and has his receiver Joel Rupp. First down Huskies. What a big sequence and turn of events in this football game.
Big advantage for Rupp on the outside with that 6'5" frame. They're laying back a little bit on him. Once he gets that ball up in the air, O'Sellis does a good job getting it there. Rupp right on the money. Doing a good job. A nice piece of running there.
First down, DIERUFF, ball out to the 10. They hand to McKellar. McKellar has not gotten a whole lot of calls here this evening. He is their leading ball carrier through 2 games. He's carried it, excuse me, Jim, 24 times for 90 yards. He has scored 4 touchdowns.
Well, with the bringing back of Johnson, that's going to free up McKellar to be doing a lot of other things. So he's been relegated more to the blocking situation tonight.
Gain of 1 on first down. Johnson now the lone back behind quarterback Rich O'Sellis. O'Sellis play action, looking over the middle and has his man complete to Joel Rupp, but there's a penalty marker down at the 20 and thrown in the area where you might assume it to be holding. Completion was good for a first down.
Holding, offense, still second down.
And it is against DIERUFF. A costly penalty, so both teams making some mental mistakes.
And this one hurts DIERUFF a lot because that's a great completion. Rupp making an excellent catch off. Not the best thrown ball in the world, but Rupp doing a good job of getting his hands on it.
2:50 to go, third quarter. Huskies down 14-7. Second and 20. Pass downfield, and almost coming up with a juggling catch was number 80, John Rohrbach.
That was an excellent battle outside there, Mike, between Rohrbach and Pizarro. They're battling each other going down the field. Picks them up. They're going stride for stride, as you'll see here. Rohrbach almost making a circus catch.
What a well-thrown ball, that. I mean, you can't cover it better than number 88 had that one shielded. Matt Pizarro. That's just a good football play by both teams. And Rohrbach still almost made that catch. O'Sellis now faced with 3rd and 20. Here comes the blitz. He gets rid of it. And thrown too far, and DIERUFF.
He's hurt.
O'Sellis shaken up once again, but appears to be all right.
See, O'Sellis has been under pressure all night long. Once again gets hit from that left side, which is the side he got hit with the penalty in the first half, and was slow to get up off the turf.
Scholl in punt formation. Roy waits at the DIERUFF 49. Comes up the field and at the 41. And the Huskies, good special teams. 44 down in coverage was Josh Ortiz, along with number 85, Miguel Roman. Well, Easton gets good field possession. Back at the DIERUFF 35, but that holding penalty really hurt the Huskies. Collegiate action on Saturday. Towson, Lafayette, Nebraska, Penn State, Army, Rutgers, East Stroudsburg, Glenville State, Moravian at Kings. Jim, that's where you'll be, I guess, huh?
Yes.
Cal Lutheran in at Muhlenberg. Jim Wills, of course, radio commentator for Moravian games. Goulburn on first down near another first down.
Once again, that trap play, Mike, working for perfection for Easton. They haven't gone away from it all night. It's done so well for them. Did you see a good picture of the Rowdy Rover section?
Yeah, you mentioned they have as good a school spirit as there is in the Lehigh Valley.
They're waiting to get in here when we're getting to the game.
Yes, they are. They're lined up. They want those front row seats, and they get them. 15-8 now, the first downs. Handoff inside. Pipperata sheds a tackle and then is wrapped up by number 11, Choke Keith. But not before Pipperata. A good gain on first down.
Not a good sign when Chokeef is making all the tackles. Chris Graziano with a great trap block on the inside. Makes a hole very, very huge for Piperato to go through.
Graziano, number 63. He's a senior. Two-way performer, plays the left defensive end position. Carlson this time tosses to Goulburn. In trouble on a fine defensive play by the Huskies, number 24, Matt Birch.
Once again, Goulburn making it look like he was going to pass that football. Trying to draw the defenders up, but did not work.
Now you're going to look at number 24. Again, we do not have a 24 on our charts, but we are assuming that to be Matt Birch, because we have not seen a number 22 in there, and that's Birch's number, at least what we have. He's a safety, also a wide receiver on offense, and a long line of Birches that play some good football at DIERUFF High School. Motion man Baltz. 3rd down 7. Ball at the DIERUFF 22, and Carlson in trouble and lost the football. Taken away by number 20, Wayne Ott. They had him wrapped up for a sack. The ball came loose, and Wayne Ott came up with a football.
Great job by the DIERUFF defense. Wayne Ott right on the spot comes up with that loose pigskin as they had Carlson all wrapped up. Carlson coming back with a quick slant and could not get anything going there. They came in on Matt Birch again on the safety blitz.
My goodness, I hope we have that young man identified properly, because he's playing a heck of a second half. Boy, the Huskies, 2 big turnovers here in the 3rd. They're still down 14-7. High formation. Here's Johnson up the middle with running room. Slips a tackle to the 50. Leroy Johnson into Easton territory to the 45, and a penalty marker down after the play.
It's going to be a late hit, Mike, on the Red Rovers.
Personal foul, Easton after the play, and they'll tack on more.
Dead ball, personal foul.
Look at it again, a gain of 26 for Leroy Johnson, and there's that late hit. Personal foul and a 15-yarder. That's 75 yards in penalties against Easton.
And now with 21 seconds to go, Mike, they're down on the 29-yard line.
Make that 65, excuse me. Split backfield, O'Sellis to pass. Has Rupp for a gain of 5. Should be the final play of the quarter. A quarter dominated by the Easton offense, but they come up empty because of 2 turnovers. 3 full in the books. Easton 14, DIERUFF 7. Well, you will go and see 2 live mascots. Of course, Reggie the Rover and Kiska the Husky on the other side. And this has been quite the dogfight as DIERUFF hanging tough via 2 turnovers in the 3rd quarter, and now on the move for a potential tying score as we welcome you back for quarter number 4. O'Sellis with twins to the right. Rupp is the wide receiver, and now Long in motion. And O'Sellis to pass. The blitz and the perfect call is the screen to Long. Long to the 20 and weaves his way into the 15. Jim Wills, that was the ideal call for the defense.
Well, they've been holding that screen all night, waiting for a time to let it happen. Coach Scully upstairs, Coach Brader downstairs confirming, and they had time out there because of the quarter change. They set it all up in the sidelines, and they executed it perfectly. Good job by DIERUFF.
That is the second reception for Long. Gains 11 yards. He now has 27 in receiving. Huskies down 14-7. Ocellis looks right and will go down. Good pressure from the end, and that was number 51, Tommy Muser. Muser last week, 13 tackles and 1 sack in their win against Nazareth.
You said, Mike, he's a tremendous linebacker all over the field. Did a good job last year and has come back this year stronger than ever, as you can see. He's moving sideline to sideline. Him and Millen make a tremendous combination out there at the linebacker position.
He's one of those guys, Jim. You and I both marveled at him as Easton took the field. And you didn't even need a scorecard, and you just looked at him and said, that young man's a football player. 2nd and 15, loss of 5. Ocellis again, isolation, has his man, and in and out of the hands, intended for number 85. That was Miguel Roman, and that was worked free, perhaps by number 1, Leo Riddick, because that looked like it was a touchdown.
Well, Leo Riddick's had his hands full all night. If he's not covering Rupp, he's covering Roman, and they isolated one-on-one in the fade outside, and just out of the fingertips of Roman as he goes down.
Roman claiming interference. That looked like a pretty good non-call. 3rd down, 15. All at the Easton 20. Blitz comes again. Ocellis towards Rupp and intercepted. Beautifully played on the inside by number 2, Josh Bolts. They wanted that jump ball situation. It was underthrown, and Bolts played it beautifully.
Well, Josh Bolts will be looking to go out for Dave Lutz's basketball team after that jump there, Mike, at 5'11", 175. He got up in the air and wrestled that ball down. Intended for Rupp as Ocellis lets it fly and figured that Rupp could get the jump ball.
Yeah, and Rupp might have interfered there. That a terrific effort by Josh Bolts. Turnovers, the big story here in the second half. First one committed by DIERUFF. Score remains 14-7. Tommy Muser, Marcus Millen. Those are 2 fine football players. Huskies showing blitz, and the ball is loose. And penalty markers fly everywhere. I think that's a record for the year. There's got to be at least 4 hankies on the field.
A lot of laundry out there right now.
1, 2, 3. I do see 4 of them.
Well, the second half, DIERUFF has gone to a little bit more of a blitzing scheme and been very successful with it. And that time, once again, they were bringing a lot of people in. Got a little too overzealous.
Probably a break there for Easton that there was a penalty, because that play had disaster written all over it. Cost them 5. 1st down, 15. Toss to Goulburn. Not much running room over the other side, over the right side. Perhaps 3. '61 in defensively, Mike Ruppert. We've called his number quite a bit, along with number 38, Nick Davis, as they peel off the pile. Keith Brader. What a job he has done with this program. Take you back a couple of years ago, it was Mike Marks who became an administrator. They would not let him coach. And the program really fell on some hard times, and Keith Brader has worked diligently to get back that Husky pride.
Once again, DIERUFF blitzing. Good job by the linebackers, getting some good stops in there. Obviously, number 77, Alexander, along with a host of other Huskies.
Well, this becomes a big 3rd down now for both teams, because 9:31 to go, 4th quarter. Time is a huge factor in this football game. Rovers have moved the ball in this second half, but have nothing to show for it. DIERUFF has one decent drive that ended in a turnover. All the drives ending in turnovers. 3rd down, 8. They need to get to the 30. Inside handoff. Bolts will be short.
Well, they went back to a play that was very successful for them all night long with that inside handoff to Baltz, but does not come up with enough for the first down. And Coach Shifford is going to send the punt team in.
McKellar peeling off the pile for DIERUFF, number 46. Fourth down. Huskies better be leery. I know the field position not good, but they only need one, and they will indeed kick it away. Another good punt. Coming up the field and in a good job is number 85, Miguel Roman. So the Huskies, down 7, will start from their own 42.
Big drive here, Mike. This is a drive for DIERUFF football, period. That's what it's all about. You know, they worked all summer long. 8 minutes, 17 seconds to go. This is the one they got to put together.
TV2 football being brought to you in part by AB Doors and Windows, Family Prescription Center, Allentown Business School, Allentown Mazda Volvo, and Kleckner and Sons. Thanks, folks. We appreciate your support of these fine young men and their efforts on a Friday and Saturday. 8:17 to go in regulation. Long the motion man. Oh, and that one nearly picked off. Stepping in front, number 70 was Jason Groller. And that could have been disastrous for DIERUFF fans.
That could have turned the tide right away. Fortunately for DIERUFF, Groller does not get his hands in a position to catch it, but knocks it down. Ocellus, not one of his better passes that time.
Clock stopped with 8:14 to play. Ocellus to pass. Here comes the blitz. Screens it to Johnson and cannot run out of the tackle of number 88, and that's Matt Pizarro. Penalty marker down once again on the play. And this appears to be once again against Easton. Steve Shifford is livid.
No, Mike, stay there.
Easton coaches going over things with the referees on the sidelines. They are not a happy bunch right now. Defensive holding called. Not many times you see that.
See if it's going to be first down because we're on that stake.
Huskies apparently will have a decision. The play didn't pick up much yardage. I'm sure they're going to have to take the penalty. Play barely got back to the line of scrimmage, and the Huskies will indeed take the defensive hold.
First down.
And it will give DIERUFF a first down inside Easton territory. See if we can pick it up.
You see the flare outside to Johnson.
Oh, you saw a DIERUFF player on the ground. So perhaps that's where it was called. No, DIERUFF for first down with the football resting now at the Easton 47. Johnson the carry on first down, spins out of a tackle and now lost the football. And someone for DIERUFF gets it back. Number 57, Lou Nagy, keeps this drive alive.
Well, Johnson doing a little bit too much dancing here, not enough running. You got to start moving forward instead of sideways. Ends up losing the football. Nagy fortunately recovers for the Huskies.
He's had some good moments tonight, Jim Wills, but you could definitely see some rust from not playing for the better part of 2 seasons. Ocellus thrown too wide for number 83, Ryan Long.
that time one of Oselis's passes that he wished he had back because Long was wide open.
Clock stopped with 7:02 to go, fourth quarter. Huskies need to get it to the Red Rover 37. Oselis from the shotgun. Rupp is split wide to the far side. He comes back underneath to number 16, and it's complete to Osario. Good for a first down to the 31.
Osario working on the outside against Leo Riddick. Does a nice little job of coming and curling in. Oselis looking to the opposite side and turns back. Sign of a really good quarterback, and he rifles that ball, Mike. That was an excellent throw that time.
Well, they just isolated, as you mentioned, and Osario sat in there and had the inside position. First reception for Osario, picks up 12 yards and a third down conversion. McKellar, the up back, they hand it to Johnson. Johnson once again met at the line of scrimmage and bounced back, may have lost a yard on first down. Then he did. Gruller and Knighton combined to make the stop. Oselis drops back in the shotgun. That may be interference. The ball is popped up in the air and it is intercepted. And there is no marker down, Jim. I thought there may have been some contact prior to that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one again, Mike, and see what happens here. Out of the shotgun, Oselis. Now he's planted. He comes up.
Oh, yeah. Baltz coming in from behind. That is Marcus Millen. Yeah, there's definitely contact before that ball gets there. That is a break for Easton as Marcus Millen recovers to come up with the interception. Here's Goulburn. Steps out of the tackle. He's still, now they're going to rule him down, and I'm not so sure of that. I'm not so sure that knee hit the ground. That little crab drill that they do during two-a-days.
You're right, Mike. I think that's very, very close, and we'll see it here on the replay. Breaking it to the outside.
Does the knee hit the ground? Yes, good call. Very good call by the officials. That right knee. And remember, in high school football, you do not need to be down by contact. Gain of 7 on first down. As you see, the second half possessions have all ended in turnovers except for 2. Pipparata on the carry.
Easton going to try to grind it out here now. Ball control offense. Try to take the last 4:43 off the clock.
Turnover is the big story in the second half because both teams have moved the football. You think 14-7, no points the second half. But they have both moved the ball, but have had problems inside the red zone. Third down, a short one. Quarterback sneak and Carlson, and that, that'll equate that first down, 4:16. That's another good 2 minutes off that game clock.
Good move by the Red Rovers, keeping it close to the vest. Little quarterback sneak.
Reppert once again on the stop. Huskies also started the 97 year winning their first 2 games, but then they lost their 3rd game of the year to Neshaminy. Went on to play in the District 11 playoffs, losing to Parkland 36-8 that year. Boy, Goulburn just pounding his way into the right side. Picks up 5 on first down.
As we said, Coach Schiffer is going to be content.
They're 2 first downs away from winning this football game. That's the kind of game. This is a good old-fashioned East Penn Conference slugfest. Bolts in motion. 2nd down, 5. They give it to Pipparata. Hit at the line of scrimmage, but muscles in way and drives forward and appears to have yet another first down.
Second effort there, Mike, was tremendous by Pipparata. That's what got him the first down. He knew that they wanted to get in that position of getting that first down, keep that clock moving. Now under 3 minutes. You'll see him getting the ball here. Watch the legs. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Gets that first down.
Well, Pipparata has now gained 91 yards and Goulburn 94. Inches short, and that might not be a bad thing, because it's 3rd down and that distance, and I'm sure Steve Schiffer is thinking, well, if I quarterback sneak it 2 times, I'm going to move the chains, and we're now under 3 minutes. They hand it off instead, and breaking through on the left side is Pipparata. 1st and 10, Red Rovers, 2:47 to go.
DIERUFF had everybody up on the line that time. Pipparata got a nice little block from the left side of the offensive line, busted through for the first down. You can see that left side, tremendous blocking. Big hole. Almost swung that one for 6.
Well, and that's the risky run when you go that goal line defense out at midfield to stop somebody on 3rd and short. Clock running, 2:25. There have been movement on that left side. Yeah, that's really the only thing that can hurt Easton right now.
77 Red.
Unless the Huskies can force a turnover. And it is procedure for Red Rovers. Luke Carlson, junior quarterback.
I'm impressed with him, Mike.
I know they put 52 points on the board last week, but this might be his finest performance. He really has engineered this offense with precision, and has also thrown a touchdown pass tonight. Penalties now, 1 for 10 for DIERUFF. Easton 10 for 85. Bet that will be addressed this week. And Red Rover practices. 1st down, 15. The delay to Goulburn. Reppard, the first guy in, and you have to believe that DIERUFF going to start using their timeouts, and they do. DIERUFF football fallen on some hard times as of late after that 97 season when they were 7-4. Actually, I want to correct myself. That 97 team opened the year losing to Neshaminy before making into the district playoffs. In 96, Modern Equipment Sales and Rentals Company, Inc., one of our sponsors. Locations in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, and Delaware. We thank them for their help tonight. We needed a rental. We have our generator working from them. We thank them. Yes, we indeed use the best here at TV2. Huskies opened the year 2-0 in 96, as I get this right. They then lost to Whitehall 20-12. They wound up losing to Parkland in the District 11 finals that year, 47-12. Of course, Rocky Butler and Tosh Riddick, some Husky greats. But since then, some hard times. 98, 5-5, 99, that winless season, first time in school history. Won 1 game in 2000, and it was that memorable comeback against Allen, Jim, in a game that you called in overtime. 3 wins last year. Looking for their 3rd win already this year, but they're in some trouble, trailing by 7 with 1:59 to go. The Steve Schiffer dare putting it in the air. He will not. Hand off to Pipparata. And he surges forward to close to the 45, and the Huskies will use their 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And Easton will be faced with a 3rd down. It looks like DIERUFF might get their hands on the football one more time. 102 yards rushing now for Pipparata. 2nd week in a row he has cracked the 100-yard barrier. Tomorrow live at 1:30, Saucon Valley at Wilson. Coming your way later tonight, Catasauqua and Bangor.
Be interesting to see what Coach Shifford comes up with here, Mike. 3rd and 14. Very important to keep that ball in their hands. They don't want to give that ball back to O'Sellis and Rupp with any kind of time left.
Boy, was he excited. Husky head coach Keith Brader, the team, the program, the school. Can say the same thing for Easton. Steve Schiffer, 10th season. Replaced 26 seniors who graduated last year, and what a good group they were. Looking to improve to 2-1. Goulburn in motion. They swing it out in his direction. He has the football and lots of yardage up near the 32, which is where they needed to get it for the first down. That could clinch the victory. We're gonna have to look at the replay there to see if that's a pass or a run. That was very close.
Excellent call here.
Not going to see it from there, but I'm thinking that might have been rushing yardage.
And some good blocks downfield, which made the final play happen.
That was a terrific call. They can run it out from here. They just need to hang on the football. Carlson will quarterback sneak it.
DIERUFF will take their final timeout.
And not much they can do now. 1:11.
Harvey, you want to let him know he's done, please?
And Sneak picked up 5 yards.
Nice done. Coach, they're out of timeout.
Lehigh University off this weekend. They'll host Princeton next Saturday, a game you'll see live here on TV2 Sports, 1 o'clock. Ranked number 2 in the nation. Oville Goulburn now 19 carries, 108 yards.
Not a bad sophomore season for the young man. Had over 200 the week before.
And Piperato over 100. Those two combined for close to 350 last week. Next Friday night, Central Catholic at Whitehall. Live coverage at 7 o'clock. Same night coverage of Allen at Liberty. That can be a terrific. That could be 2 unbeatens. Princeton Lehigh on Saturday, as I mentioned. Yes, a special time of the year. What a great atmosphere here again, and I am impressed at the Easton following that made their way here, or the DIERUFF following that made their way here from the east side. Northwestern at Penn Argyl next Saturday. That might have some importance as to who wins the Colonial League title. Goulburn just needs to hang on to the ball. DIERUFF trying to tackle and strip it out. And a lot of times you see that runner will gain extra yards. And Goulburn did just that and picks up a first down.
Well, Mike, everybody got their money's worth that came here tonight.
Absolutely.
Excellent game by both sides. You know, DIERUFF is definitely back. Coach Prater has done an excellent job. Coach Shifford rallied his team back from that defeat at Allen in the first game of the year, and excellent football played by both teams.
It really was. Some turnovers, but I'm not so sure that they weren't a direct result of some very good defense by both teams. There was some good hitting. It was a typical, as I mentioned, I mean, that East Penn Conference was as good as it was in the state, and in essence, that's what this is now, but it's the Lehigh Valley Conference, and we just got a good example of, you know, what that league was all about and what this new conference is going to be about as well. There will be no breaks. There will be no easy games. You know, you can classify every one of them as a rivalry. And we saw 2 programs get together here for the first time in 4 years that, you know, need to play football each and every year. I'm excited to see Easton and DIERUFF renew what is one of the best rivalries in Lehigh Valley football. Carlson takes a knee, 32 seconds. Huskies can no longer stop it. Easton will improve to 2-1. DIERUFF will fall to 2-1. 6 seconds. This one is over. Easton High School has knocked off DIERUFF from the ranks of the unbeaten in a good football game. Your final 14-7 Easton. Back with our player and play of the game after this.